Hello, I am Mahmoud Al-Iskafi, math teacher. In this video, I'm going to explain linear equation for IGCSE O level. Okay, now in this video, we are going, or our objectives will be how to solve linear equations if we have x terms as negative, or if there are x terms on both sides of an equation, and if there is a fraction in the x terms. After we finish that, we need to learn, or we need to know why we are learning the how to solve linear equation by using problems solved by linear equations. Now that's the aim or the objective of our learning linear equations. Okay, but before we start, let us learn how to solve, or how we learned before in the previous grades or previous years. How can we solve these type of equations? For example, if we have a coefficient of x in this case, or a variable multiplied by any number equals 3. So here the x, to solve x, we can divide it for both sides by 5. So we learned before, if we make any operation on any side in the equation, we should do the same operation to the other side. If we multiply for the first side, or for the left side, we should multiply by the same numbers on the right side, or divisible, divided, or like addition or subtract. In this case, here we divided by 5 to the left side, so we should divide it by 5 to the right side. That implies x equals 3/5, or 3 over 5. Okay, now we learned if we have x divided by 3, now we need x, the coefficient of x is 1 because it's the solution. So in this case, we multiply both sides by 3, so that implies x equal 6. Okay, now here the coefficient of x is 1, but x is minus by 2. In this case, we add 2 for both sides, which is equals, in this case, this implies x equals 6. Okay, now the last one, let us repeat it here and solve it. 7x plus 3 equals 10. In this case, we have more than one step to solve it, not just one step. The first step, we should minus 3 for both sides, so that gives us 7x equals 7. Okay, now this looks like the first condition, or the first equation, divided by 7, x equals 1. So here, divided by 7 implies x equals 1. Okay, for the first condition, we have, if we have x terms as negative, in this case, how can we solve it? Okay, now I will give you two methods. The first method, like in the book, or in the Cambridge book, which is add for both sides the positive coefficients of the variable. Like here we have minus 3x. So the first thing, plus 3x plus 3x because we need a positive coefficient. So that's give me 4 equals 2 plus 3x. How can we solve this? As we learned before, minus 2, so 3x, that's give me 3x equals 2 over 3 over 3, x equals 2/3. But there is another method which is I prefer more than this method, where I will solve it and by the other method in black. 4 minus 3x equals 2. Okay, from the first, minus 4 minus 4 for both sides. That give me minus 3x equals 2 minus 4 give me minus 2. Okay, which is negative numbers. This is the first lesson in this chapter. Okay, so divided by negative 3 for both sides, x equals negative over negative give me positive 2 over 3 2/3, or you can say 0.6 recurrence. Now the second condition, if there are x terms on both sides, we should collecting all of the x terms inside and the numbers or the variables inside and the numbers on the other side. So in this case, we can say plus 3x plus 3x. Okay, so that's give me 2x plus 3x, which is equal 5x minus 7 equals 5. Now to solve this, plus 7 plus 7, 5x equals 12. So x equals 12 over 5, which is equal, which is equal 2.4. Okay. Now, if there is a fraction in the x term, multiply out to simplify the equation, or you can use cross multiplication, which is I prefer to use cross multiplication in this case. Okay, now then we can write any constant over 1. So 10 over 1 is equals 10, and 2x over 3. To use cross multiplication, we multiply the numerator of the left hand side by the denominator in the right hand side, and the opposite. So the denominator of left hand side by the numerator of the right hand side. So 2x multiplied by 1 give me 2x equals 3 multiplied by 10 give me 30, divided by 2 divided by 2, x equals 30 over 2, which is equal 15. So if you'd like to make sure our answer is right, just substitute in the equation. So 2 multiplied by 15 is 30. 30 divided by 3 give me 10s. So our solution is right. Okay, now we have some equation to solve. The first equation, 33x minus 7 equal 20. Okay, this is like plus 7 plus 7, 3x equal 27 divided by 3 divided by 3x equals 9. Okay, other example. So here he put the x terms in the right, so we can solve it as it is. Okay, minus 7 for right hand side, minus 7 and left hand side give me 1 equals 3x. So I need the value of x divided both sides divided by 3. So x gives me a third. Okay, now what's happen if we have a negative? For example, here 3x minus 7 equals minus 10. Okay, plus 7 for both sides. That gives me 3x equals negative 3 divided by 3 for both sides, as we learned. X equals, in this case, minus 1. Okay, in this case, we have a fractions. X over 2 equals 1/3. In this case, as we learn, it's better to use cross multiplication. Okay, so that's give me x multiplied by 3 gives me 3x equals 2 multiply 1 give me 2. So x in this case equals 2/3. Now we need to solve this equation. Okay, first of all, we have a negative 3/4 equals 3x over 5. In this case, we have a negative. So this negative means maybe numerator or denominator is negative. So it's better to put it in numerator. So negative 3 over 4 equals 3x over 5. Why I did that? Because I don't need from you to confuse. So this negative, always put it for numerator. After that, make a cross multiplication. So minus 3 multiplied by 5, or minus 3 times 5 give me minus 15. Minus 15 equals 12x. In this case, over 12 over 12, x equals minus 15 over 12. Now we need to simplify that fraction. Over 3 give me, which is equal negative, over 3 give me 5. Over 3 give me 4. So the answer is minus 5/4. Okay, now for next equation, if we have x fifths minus 6 equals minus 2. In this case, we should add, first of all, we should add 6 for both sides. So that's give me plus 6 plus 6. That's give me x fifth equal minus 2 plus 6 equals 4. After that, multiply both sides by 5. So multiply by 5, multiply by 5, x equals 20. Okay, Now we have a minus coefficient. Now you can solve it as the book said, plus 3x plus 3x, because we need a positive coefficient. But for me, it's better to solve it from the beginning. Minus 4 for both sides. Okay, so that gives me minus 3x equals minus 3. Now we need to divide it by 3 for both sides. That gives me divided by negative 3 divided by negative 3. X in this case equal negative divided by negative is positive. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So the value of x in this case is 1. Okay, now here we have both side has x terms, or I'm sorry, y terms. So here we need to solve for y. Okay, now we need to collect y in the left hand side and the number in right hand side. So plus 3y plus 3y. Can we put at the same time plus 1 plus 1? It's okay. So 2y plus 3y, it gave me 5y equals 4 plus 1 is equal 5 divided by 5 for both sides, so y equals 1. Okay, maybe this is a little bit hard or difficult, but I prefer to multiply each terms by 10, which is the lower multiple common multiple. So if I multiply this terms by 10, it will be 2 multiplied by 3, which is negative 6, plus 10 over 10 is 1, which is x equals minus 2 x. Now it's easier than before. So plus 2x in this side, plus 2x in this side, plus 4, plus 4. I'm sorry, plus 6, plus 6. So here in this case, 3x equals 4. So x equal 4/3. Okay, now you need to know if we have a brackets, so we should to expand our solution. First, we should expand. After that, we need to solve the equation. So here we have expandation. So we should multiply 3 by both terms in this case, so that x plus 3 times x equals 3x, plus 3 times 1 is equal 3. All of these terms equals 2x. Okay, now we need to put or to collect all of x terms in the side and the others in the other side. Minus 2x minus 2x minus 3 minus 3. Okay, now x plus 3x is equal 4x minus 2x, which is give me 2x equals minus 3. Here we don't have any numbers, so we can say plus 0. 0 plus minus 3 is give me minus 3. Divided by 2, x is equal minus 3 over 2, which is minus 1.5. As I told you before, if we have any brackets and we need to solve the equation, we should expand the brackets. So here, as we solved before, 4 times x, 4x. 4 times 1 minus 4 minus 2 equals 3x. Okay, minus 3x minus 3x. So here, in this case, 4x minus 3x is equal x minus 4 minus 2 give me minus 6. Minus 6 equals 0. So in this case, x equals 6. X equals, in this case, 6. Okay. Now, if we have, as I told you before, if we have any brackets, we should expand. But in this case, we have a negative multiplied by a bracket. So now 3, and if we need to multiply a negative by a bracket, we should change all of signs, all of terms signs. So here, negative 2 times 2x is give me minus 4x. Minus 2 times 1, it also give me minus 2 equals x plus 17. And we already solved a lot of examples, so I don't need to complete. So you need to complete just the idea. I told you the first idea. Also here, if we need to expand the brackets. After that, we need to solve it. Okay, here I'd like to expand it because we have a negative just, and you need to complete it. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times minus 3 is give me minus 9. Remember, we have a minus here, so now minus 14x plus a minus times minus give me plus, and 7 times 8 it's give me 56. And now here, if we have a minus, we should bracket also, and we have bracket, we should expand it. So we need to change the signs, the coefficient signs of x, so which will be minus x plus 1 equals 0. And complete it. You need to collect the x terms and collect the numbers. After that, solve it. Okay, now you already have taken the expand of two brackets. Okay, so in this case, it's better to find the value of the two brackets on the corner. After that, put the result. Okay, so now this terms by two terms should be give me x times x. Remember, x squared, x plus times plus 1 give me plus x. Now, okay, my plus 3 times x give me plus 3x. Plus 3 times plus 1 give me plus 3. In this case, thus give me x squared plus 4x plus 4x. I'm sorry, I need to, okay, plus 3. After that, put it instead of this expressions. So x squared plus 3x equal x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now we need to put x terms in at the same side. Minus x squared minus x squared minus 4x minus 4x. X squared with x minus x squared is equal 0. 3x minus 4x give me minus x equals 3. Okay, here, if we, in this case, we have minus x equal 3. So we didn't find the value of x. We need the value of x, not the value of minus x. In this case, divided by minus 1 divided by minus 1 for both sides. So that's give me x equals negative 3. Okay. Now, if we have this kind of a question, if we have a fraction in both sides and we need to solve it. Okay, the first, if I use cross multiplication, now it's correct, you're right, but don't forget you should put this inside of brackets, because we don't just multiply the first terms, we just multiply the number with all terms. Okay, so that's give me 7 times 3x plus 6 equals 5x plus 2. So in this case, you need to expand the left hand side and expand the right hand side, collect x in the side and one side, and complete your solution. Okay, now we have done the some examples how we solve different kind of linear equation. Now we need to know how can we use it in our life, in our problems. So now the first thing we need to learn about how can we use it. Okay, the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 276. Find the numbers. Okay, in this case, we need to know the consecutive numbers, like 1 after 1, 2, after 2, 3. So these are consecutive numbers. So for example here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, now in this case, we need 3 consecutive numbers. Give us 276. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So it didn't give me the 276. And even if we choose 4 plus 5 plus 6, it didn't give me. So here in this case, if we need to put all of consecutive numbers, it will be like hard for us. So here we need to know the relation between the numbers. So the first number is 1, 2, 3, 4. So every times we add 1. So if I put here, if I need, for example, let us call this number as, for example, y. The other numbers or the next numbers should be y plus 1, like here. So 1, the other number is 2. So we added 1 to 1 to give 2. And we add 1 for 3 to give me 3. And so on. So in this case, if we need the next number should be equals y plus 1, which is y plus 2. So let us call this is first number, and this is the second number, and this is the third numbers. Okay, so if we add all of these numbers should be add up to 276. So that's give me y plus 1 plus y plus 2 equals 276. And y plus y, this give me 3y's equal, I'm sorry, plus 3 equals 276. So here minus 3 minus 3, 3y, let's complete that here, 3y equals 273 divided by 3 divided by 3, y equals 270 has 90, I think 91. So the numbers should be the numbers 91 and 92 and 93. Okay, now 90 plus 90 plus 90, 270. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is equal 6. So 276. Okay, now here in this question, he need a consecutive even numbers. In this case, we need to know how the relation between numbers, between even numbers. So the first even number is 2. After that 4, after that 6, after that 8, 10, and so on. Okay, now if you recognize or if you note that, every time we add 2, so we need 3 numbers, consecutive even numbers. Okay, so for example, let us call the first number A. Okay, now the next number should be A plus 2. Yes, because the relation add 2 every time. After that, the third number should be A plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, which is 4, so A plus 4. So this is the first number, this is the second number, and this is the third number. Now we need to make an equation to find the value of A. So if we have the value of A, we can find the number, the 3 consecutive numbers that add up to 1525. So first thing, A plus 2 plus A plus 4 equals 1524. Okay, A plus 8 give us 3A equals 2 plus 4 is 6. I'm sorry, plus 6 equals 1524. So minus 6 for both sides. That gives me 3A equals, okay, 15. So this should be give me 15, 18. Divided by 3, you can use your calculator. A equals, let us find the calculators and solve it. So the number is, the first number is equal 506. So this is the first number, and the second number should be 508 and 8 and 510. Okay, so this, how can we find, how we use the linear equation to find a solution or to find a numbers or to find anything. Okay, Now we have others examples, but I just explain a few of it. So this is kind of a question and is common a question in past papers. If AB is a straight line, find x. So we know any angles in a straight line add up to 180. So in this case, give me x plus 4x plus 3x plus 20 equals 180, because all of these angles are on a straight line, so should be add up to 180. X plus 4x, 5x plus 3x, 8x, 8x plus 20 equal 180. So 8x equals 160 over x, x should be equal 30. Okay, now this is kind of a question about problems solved by linear equations. If the perimeter of the triangle is 22 centimeter, find the length of the shortest side. Okay, now here we have the perimeter. So the perimeter is, if we need to find any perimeters for any shape, we should add all of the shape's sides. Okay, now let us add this side plus this side plus this side should be equal 22 centimeters. So that's give me 3x plus 1 plus x plus 4 plus 2x minus 1 equals 22. Okay, now 3x plus x, 4x plus 2x, 6, x, 1 plus 4, 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So plus 4 equals 22. Okay, now here we need the shortest side, so we don't need the value of x. Okay, minus 4, so 6x equals 22 minus 4, 18. So the value of x here in this case is equal 3. So here we need the shortest side. Okay, now let us substitute the value of x here. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1, 10. In this side, 3 plus 4 is 7. In this side, 2 times 3 is 6. Minus 1, 5. So the shortest side is, so the shortest side in this case is 5 centimeter. Okay, now I have given for you the sum of examples about problems solved by linear equation, and like most of the common condition about linear equation. If you have any question, ask me and I will be glad to answer you. So now thank you for watching this video, and as I told you before, if you have any question, you should ask me on the comments. Thank you a lot.